Good evening. Welcome to this Periscope, my scoping friends, and welcome to this broadcast. My name is Gary McLaughlin. I'm shooting live from Toronto, and you can share this scope out with your followers by swiping to the right or swiping up, depending on which device you got. You can actually chime in, tell us who you are, where you're from, and you can share your thoughts in the comments, and you can tap the screen just above the little man icon to give lots of hearts. And you can follow people by tapping on their comments. Only rule is, no negativity allowed, and any haters will be banned. You can actually follow me at Let's Get You Free. Make sure you're following me. You can follow me on hashtag Let's Get You Free, as well as you can actually connect with me on Facebook at facebook.com/meetgar. I'm actually going to be giving away a free prize to everybody, or anybody who does the most hearts on this broadcast. So, let's flip this over. How is everybody doing? What is up? Great to see you all. It is another awesome day here. Toronto, we're just getting through some crazy weather. So, hello. Tonight we're actually going to be talking about 5 questions every entrepreneur should ask. I think it's important that we all ask the right questions before we get started on something and embarking something, especially if you're going to be committing a lot of time in effort into something as well too. So entrepreneurism is probably one of the best ways that you can really make a go of it for yourself as well too. And I came across some research today as I was doing just for blog posts and some other stuff, and I came across this really is 5 awesome tips that I think or 5 awesome questions that I think every entrepreneur should ask. And the first one was something that really hit home with me because my wife always asks me as well too. She goes, how much money is it when you stop? So the first question is, how much money does success mean? How much money does success mean? Do you have a number? For a lot of people, like I'm in my 40s, got 2 kids. I had a number, and I said, if I hit this, in my journey, this is where I can start focusing on many other things. I can really actually take my attention off of a business and focus it on some things, because money just gives you, it's the ability to be able to get you free. And I think a lot of entrepreneurs get into this because they're looking for freedom and they're looking for a way to be able to actually escape the regular 9 to 5 or working for somebody else, is that they want to be able to actually be on their own. Question number 2 was, does success mean a relationship, and how much time would that be as a component of my day and every day? So if your success is all dependent on the relationships that you're maintaining, how many of those relationships are you willing to do, and which relationships are going to be the most valuable? And it's one of those things that it's not just about your relationships outside of it, but what you have to sacrifice in order to be able to do that. I think I've seen a lot of entrepreneurs where marriages and things like that fell apart. I think you have to focus on the 5 F's of success, which is your faith, family, friends, fitness, and your finances. And you do them in those orders. So you focus on the time that you're spending there, and it's not consuming too much of your time that you're doing these things. I really love following a guy like Gary Vee and some of these guys like Timothy Ferriss that really embraced the modern day new rich sort of mentality of making time work for you and having more time to actually spend on the quality of life rather than putting so much quantity in there. How do you work the least amount in a business and get the most amount of return? So that's always the goose that laid the golden egg, right? So question number 3 that I found, which was really interesting as well too, does success mean flexibility in my schedule, and how much time would I want to work each day to be successful? Does success mean flexibility in my schedule, and how much time would I be willing to work each day to make myself successful? Or how would I actually hit my goals? Knowing that we can't build everything all at once, we obviously have to commit time to something. In most ventures, you need a good 90-day start. And I always say 90 days because this is a 12-week period where you can get, the ball rolling. And it's much like a game that I used to play. It was like Katamari. And it's this little game where you're just rolling up and it starts to build momentum. And The idea is that you want to get this thing rolling, and eventually it's rolling on its own, and then it's working on its own. In the start, you may be putting in some long hours and things like that, but in the end, you want that work that you're doing to be able to be flexible enough that it continues to work for us. And one of the things that I do is I blog. I use websites and blogs and marketing funnels and things like that because I'm a marketer. And not only that, is that it helps to automate my qualification process. It helps to automate a lot of my business so that I'm not chained to it. It's, and I have the flexibility to work it wherever I want. That's one of the beauties of having an online business, is you don't have to clock in, check in, or be someplace. You can actually be in a coffee shop or something like that and be writing emails or managing your work. So this question is really, how much flexibility do you have? To me, I also wanted to be a participant in my family's life. That meant that I am actually focusing on my family. When they're around, I'm not working. And when they're not around, and if I have free time and if I don't feel like doing something else, then I can work. I think that's the model that everybody wants. And the problem is a lot of people don't understand how. And I'm going to share with you a really cool way that you can do that. Number 4, this was another one that I thought was really good, was how healthy will I be as a successful person, and how much time does success allow me to devote to my health daily? Nowadays with medical, advancements the way it is, and if you look out in the corporate landscape of people out there that are, just killing themselves at a job, grinding it out day in, day out. I was one of them. 12-hour days, bringing home a laptop, having a BlackBerry or something that you had to work off of, was, it was sort of chaining you to that that job. And what we sacrifice a lot of the times is the exercise, because then when we got home, we're in this conditioned state that we have to actually hang out with our family and do all this stuff. The problem is that, without your health, you got nothing, because if you die tomorrow, it doesn't matter what you were doing today and stuff like that, and how important you were in your role. It's about, are you focusing on maintaining that? Because with a healthy body and a healthy mind, regular fitness and things like that, it's going to actually help you perform a heck of a lot better. It's one of the reasons why I've been a martial artist my whole life, is that it's a fun way for me to keep in shape. It's something I love to do, and it keeps me sharp. So, ask yourself that question if you're looking at, going into entrepreneurism. How healthy will I be as a successful person, and how much time does success allow me to devote to my healthy routine? And number 5 is, what vision will I have achieved to be successful, and how do I define it now? Having a vision is probably the big thing that draws people in. It's it's the basis of anything for anybody to buy into, something. So your company's got to have a vision. eBay's vision is to be a platform, the number one platform for buyers and sellers to communicate and connect online and sell things. Amazon's is very similar. What is your, what would you define as your vision if you have a company? Mine is, I want to help people, become free. I want people to be free of the rat race, of being stuck in the 9-to-5 grind, be able to leverage systems and use technology to be able to actually generate an income from home, online, part-time, and to be able to do it with minimal amount of work and be able to enjoy the quality of life. I think a mission really sort of takes heart of where a company can go and what the company can do. So that's it. I appreciate you guys jumping on. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you all the replay viewers. Again, we're covering today 5 questions every entrepreneur should ask about success. It really talks about, I think, the deep questions that we should always ask ourselves as we're, looking at, taking ventures, because you don't want to waste your time, right? So I will see you guys next time. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we love you, appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.